General Hospital, the real soap dish, continues.
Welcome back. We're here in the Quartermain mansion. I hope I don't run into Tracy. She scares me. But it would be fun to run into James Franco or Demi Moore. Some of the most famous faces in Hollywood have passed through Port Charles. Many got their start right here on General Hospital. Others were megastars before they even checked in.
I really found them fascinating.
In 1982, a 19-year-old got her first big break on General Hospital.
Sister?
Yeah, have you ever seen her?
Yeah, the night.
Demi Moore beat out 1,000 other actresses for the role of investigative reporter Jackie Templeton.
What was she saying?
She was yelling for help.
And you didn't do anything to help her?
She was a lot of fun. She was a little wacky and very free-spirited, and I think it was one of her first jobs.
Demi's biggest role before GH? The lead in the horror film Parasite. And she's not the only famous face who's passed through these hospital doors. Morgan Fairchild.
I gotta go vacuum the limo.
Roseanne Barr.
And you owe me, big guy.
Tyne Daly. Leonard Nimoy before Star Trek. George Takei after Star Trek.
Scorpio and his people are searching for her just like we are.
Get the gun!
Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill, even TV legend Milton Berle.
Myself, I can't make it through the day without a martini.
All checked in here. Some already famous, and for some, their first role, and a glimpse at future stardom. MacGyver's Richard Dean Anderson got his start on the show.
Why are you trying to torment me with this fairy tale that PJ is Stephen Lars?
It's no fairy tale, Jeff. It is reality.
No, it's...
As did the future Joan of Arcadia, Amber Tamblyn.
Wait. I love you, Mommy.
Just 12 when she was spotted by GH casting director Mark Teschner.
She read for the role of Emily Quartermain. She hadn't done anything professionally.
I'm gonna go flying now.
And there was something incredibly exquisite about her acting.
Give me a nice line, girls, a nice line. Exhale.
Workout guru Richard Simmons appeared on the show after a chance meeting with an ABC executive.
I was sitting on a plane, and she said to me, "Were you the one that was really silly and did the exercise?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "You're going to be on General Hospital."
Everybody breathing. Hold that stomach in. How do you expect to find a wealthy man? Blow it in.
In the fitness-crazed 80s, he kept the nurses of General Hospital in shape. Recently, he revisited Port Charles.
Like the Cinderella ball, that one? The ball that you fired me from?
Simmons knows he has General Hospital to thank for an early career boost.
It was a precious gift. Jeannie Francis said, "There's something in my dressing room for you." There was bins of mail from young girls and young women and older women saying, "Can you help me lose weight?"
Many stars use General Hospital as their leap into prime time. Jonathan Jackson is making music on Nashville these days, but before that, he was breaking hearts as Lucky.
Didn't want you to get too cold.
He read for me when I think he was maybe 11 or 12 years old. And at that time, I thought he was the most special kid I'd ever met.
It's not too late to back out.
Emma Samms went on to Dynasty. Janine Turner to Northern Exposure.
I'm gonna miss having you around.
And Kristen Davis to Sex and the City.
Sometimes I can be a little rigid.
General Hospital cameos also give actors a chance to play against type.
All right, you two, that's enough of that. Now
In 2002, All in the Family's Sally Struthers played jealous Jennifer Smith, who kidnapped Luke and Laura in an attempt to get Luke to marry her.
I mean, if you don't want Laura at the wedding, I'll kill her first and then you can marry me.
The Brady Bunch's Barry Williams played a con man named Hannibal.
Here you stand on the threshold of stardom, walking over a piddly $500.
Meredith Vieira, then a host of The View, played the madam of an upscale prostitution ring.
You didn't just work for me. Like all my girls, you're your family.
And recently, Oscar nominee James Franco played a serial killer with psychotic glee.
Can you hear me now?
Who's that for?
That's for you.
He came in, and we threw a lot of material at him because we only had him for a limited amount of time. So he would shoot episode after episode in one day.
Hey, Mom.
So we gave him quite a workout, and he did a great job of playing one of the most bizarre characters we've ever had on the show.
But the biggest star GH cameo came at the height of the Luke and Laura wedding phenomenon.
I wanted to see the kind of man you were. The kind of man that almost fooled my husband.
Elizabeth Taylor was a self-proclaimed superfan who asked the show for a guest stint. Her 5-episode appearance as the millionaire widow Helena Cassadine culminated with her casting a curse on Luke and Laura during their wedding.
My curse on you, Laura and Luke. My curse on both of you.
Did you guys become close? You alluded at one point, Tony, to a sort of a fling, if you will, or some kind of relationship.
Well, I would call it more than a fling. It would last 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We spent a lot of time doing crazy things. Regular stuff that people would just say, well, really? You played pinball with Elizabeth Taylor? Yeah, and she was terrible. But she had a wonderful time doing it.
Doing it again?
What kind of doctor are you?
I forgot. What was my line? With all these cameos through the years,
Hey, top again?
I couldn't resist doing one myself. Can you comment on your mother? Shoot, I forgot my lanes.
Can you turn more down?
Oh, sorry, I screwed up. Sorry. The Prince Nicholas. Oh, tune in this month. I was supposed to be over there, right, you guys?
Yeah.
As I play a general hospital doctor, or do I? The only truth I can reveal is I could never make it in show business. I should stick to my day job. It's a wrap!
It's a wrap!
Next, suds and studs.
I think I've had them all.
So what's it really like to film those love scenes?
It's so much stop and go.
Hard to get in the mood, is that what you're trying to say, Maurice?
Love in the Afternoon. Coming up.
When you've got a soap opera, you know that means suds, steam, and sex. Lots of it. And bringing the heat to General Hospital are, you guessed it, these guys.
Oh, you are bad.
I mean, who doesn't want to see a little romance on the television, whatever time of the day?
A new person comes to the show and is a new face in the makeup room, and you're like, huh, I might take my clothes off and make out with that guy.
As long as it didn't make you uncomfortable.
I'm not feeling uncomfortable. Just a little bit overdressed.
Yes. First order of business in a love scene, gentlemen, is losing that shirt.
They give you a call and say, hey, you're taking your shirt off in 2 weeks. So you basically put the phone down, do a couple push-ups.
Shirt off.
Like, oh my gosh. All right, fine.
You can't eat for 3 days before you do it.
I mean, I just had some Oreos just a few minutes ago.
Frequently, they will sew Velcro into the shirt so that the woman can just rip the guy's shirt off without it having to be a long drawn out, let me get that button for you, dear.
From ripping off shirts to tearing open condom wrappers with their teeth, it's not just the men who bring on the afternoon delight.
Shut up and kiss me, you jackass.
Here you are, having an opportunity to roll around in bed with the most beautiful women in television.
My characters just don't have any class. They make me out like a slut.
Steve Burton, Maurice Bernard, Ingo Rademacher. I think I slept with all of Port Charles and Texas. Roger Howarth, Brandon Barrage. I mean, the list goes on. I think I've had them all. I normally am complaining, like, I've got to be in pasties in a thong. I was like, yeah, I'm in pasties and a thong today.
If you think that's outrageous, consider this. Monica went away to a spa and had an affair with a tennis pro who was later revealed to be her husband Alan's nephew, Ned Ashton, son of Monica's sister-in-law, Tracy Quartermain.
Oh, my heavens. Yeah, oh, that's right. Yes, I didn't know that I had a brief fling with my nephew.
Ned and I were involved at Green Meadows. Who are you?
There's definitely 50 shades of GH.
And one of those shades is pixelation, when a sex scene is too good to say cut.
I mean, you don't have to keep one foot on the ground when you kiss somebody, for sure.
Yes, it hasn't always been so racy.
How's my down?
Back in the day, it took a lot less to cause a scandal.
You couldn't say pregnant, let alone be it.
Intimacy on television has changed throughout the years. I think when someone's hands touched back in the 50s or 60s, it was a very electric moment.
Oh, years ago, you couldn't even shoot a husband and wife in the same bed.
Bed? Who said anything about a bed?
What's this couch doing here?
I don't know. It's your fantasy.
I don't know that I've ever actually made love to a man in a bed. There's a lot of sofa love, a lot of floor love.
Not many characters have bedroom sets because they cost a lot of money. So generally, if you're having sex on General Hospital, it's on a couch, it's in a hotel room, it's at the hospital, or it's against a wall.
Or it's in the rain, in the sand, on the grass. But no matter where the location is, shooting a love scene comes with instructions.
Here are the lights. Handcuff. Okay, now move your arm down her shoulder, turn her a little to the left, move your head out of the way.
Okay, roll over, touch his face.
There's so much stop and go. Lights.
Hard to get in the mood, is that what you're saying, Maurice?
You try, you know what I mean? But then you got to kiss the shoulder, then you got to kiss down the arm, then you got to touch the hair, and then you got to stop, and then... Anyway, it's not
Must be frustrating. Once the mood is set and the candles magically ignite, just make sure the fire doesn't get too hot, if you know what I mean.
We had a long-running joke with the men. The code word was dead puppies. Just think about dead puppies. No one gets excited about that.
Yeah, it's either that or grandma's. Oh, sorry. We can't say that, can we?
But a little chemistry in real life doesn't hurt when you're trying to create chemistry on camera.
You gotta have that little sex appeal and you sort of have a secret lust. And if you have a secret crush on your co-star, that's the secret.
I have something under my kilt now, but I did not have anything under the kilt for the Duke and Anna's wedding, I must say. She knew that. Nobody else did. Actually, yes, somebody else did.
I have been on the set of General Hospital where a real-life couple was playing a love scene and they were just completely naked and more realistic in every way, which you cannot use.
What I could do and what I wish I could do, I usually was doing when the scene was over. Yeah, we'll just go down to the dressing room, okay? We wrapped?
Next, the hidden nooks and crannies of Port Charles.
Where it all goes down, the good, bad, and the ugly. I got shot in the back.
Had 3 hit and runs.
Don't get married in Port Charles.
Your visitor's guide.
Hope y'all have a good time.
Coming up.